This video is kindly sponsored by NPB. What is the point to your photography? Getting sidetracked on a creative journey or losing motivation happens to us all. Sometimes reminding yourself why you do what you do helps you get back on track. I used a journaling technique of 7 why questions to help me answer the question, why do I do photography? Now, I could easily answer this question without having to use this technique, but I wanted to think a little deeper about it, but while also answering the questions very naturally and with the first thing that comes to my mind, to try and shift my mind and my focus back to the reason why I put up with carrying my heavy-ass camera bag with me every time I go out. So why do I do photography? The answer here is simple, really. It's a creative outlet. Why do I need a creative outlet? It's a form of expression. Why do I need to express myself? To organize all of the whirling thoughts, ideas, and inspiration in my head, I guess, and turn it into something solid. I've got a shot here of these trumpet lichen, but it's very, very windy. So as I'm trying to focus stack, they're moving, so I don't know if this is gonna turn out well or not, but we're gonna give it a go. Why do I need to take my ideas and inspiration and turn them into something that I can see, hold, or touch? It's grounding. It makes me feel present and it's rewarding. It feels good, most of the time. Why does it help me feel present? It slows me down, allows me to appreciate the world around me, and this feels important. Why is slowing down important? So that I can take in, witness, and experience fleeting moments of life and nature. So I can build a world around myself with each photo, each exploration that feels magical and uniquely mine. Why do I want to experience fleeting moments? To enjoy life. When you do things that you enjoy, you're more likely to want to do them more often, and you're more likely to be productive at doing it. So even though the answer is really, really simple, it's a great reminder that this journey should be fun. And if I'm not enjoying it, then something has gone wrong somewhere. I've lost myself somewhere, whether that's frustration, pressure, expectations, whatever it is. And I need to get myself back on track and reset my mindset. Today we've been using the Laowa 100mm macro lens. You guys know I love this lens. It is super sharp. With the 2x magnification, you can get really up close to subjects if you want to. It is a manual lens, but I do want to add a second macro lens to my camera bag now that I'm getting more into macro photography. One that has autofocus, just so that I can experiment more with the focus shift shooting function that my 850 has. So seeing as we are actually losing the light, it's gone really dull. I think we're going to head home and pick up a lens from NPB, who also happen to be today's video sponsor. NPB is a platform where you can buy, sell, or trade in your used video and photo kit in a more sustainable way. I no longer wish to keep hold of my GoPro. Someone else can get way more use from this than I do, so I'm going to trade it in for a Sigma 105mm f2.8 macro lens that I've wanted to try out for a while. I'm going to do an instant quote on NPB first, popping in all of the gear and accessories I'm selling and the condition that they are in. As I'm trading in, I'm also going to select which lens I want to buy. Once I have my quote, I'm going to pack up all of the kit that I'm selling and send it off to NPB using their free home pickup service. Once it's all been received and accepted, I'll pay the remaining balance I owe for the lens, and NPB will send it to me, so I can crack on with some more photography. You can check out MPB in the description box if you're looking to buy, sell or trade in your used kit as well. And thank you once again to MPB for sponsoring today's video. Macro photography for me has always been a bit of a challenge. I wouldn't say I'm really naturally macro minded, but stepping into fungi photography last year sort of helped me build a bit of confidence with that. But I do believe that the enjoyment of fungi photography was more in the thrill of finding them than photographing them. And there aren't as many mushrooms about now in the forest because it's winter. We've actually managed to find one today, luckily enough. But there aren't as many of them anymore. But I can still apply that thrill to forest photography and see what else I can find instead, because when you do look close enough at tree trunks, branches, moss, leaves, the floor, things on trees, there's so much going on that is just as interesting. For me, the challenge is translating things that I'm drawn to and things that I notice into actual images and making images from them. But that's something that will come a bit more naturally with practice, and hopefully my macro photography skills and my confidence will continue to grow the more that I do practice. I imagine many of our 7 why questions ended up with a similar conclusion, because most of us probably picked up a camera for the first time for enjoyment, and it started off as a light-hearted hobby where we experimented and explored without thinking too hard about it. Some of you are probably thinking, well, no shit, Sherlock, of course I do photography for enjoyment, but I think it's really easy to lose sight of that when you introduce competition to photography, whether that's posting on social media, trying to earn money from your photography, the fears and doubts of comparing your work with other photographers' work, etc., etc. I missed loads of possible images last year through doubting myself. I didn't take images because I was worried that they weren't portfolio worthy, they weren't good enough to share with other people, and I will never know because I didn't try and I didn't take them. I made photography feel like a burden, as though every location shoot was some assignment that I had to ace, and I put taking great images above connecting with the location and enjoying myself. Of course, we all want to see growth in our skills, but I think there has to be a balance between seriousness and joy. Otherwise, you just feel frustrated and unmotivated. Crikey, look how much forest is stuck in my scarf. This scarf was a terrible idea. Seeing as the light is now going down, the sun is now going down, I think it's time for me to leave, as it's going to go dark in here very quickly, so Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.